Hello my friends, I have changed the name of the channel to Simafila. Subscribe now. In this new and useful video show the best web browsers for the privacy and security of users. Choosing a web browser is critical if you are concerned about your security and the privacy of your data. Web browsers are able to access a lot of your data and use it mostly for marketing purposes, sometimes even illegal activities if it gets into the wrong hands. As you know, hacking has become very common and as sophisticated as security software, which means that you should use the web with caution, especially if you provide websites with passwords for your bank accounts or sensitive information about you. What happens when you use web browsers randomly? By using a web browser without regard for its type, you risk exploitation of your browsing history by private companies losing your login credentials for different sites and loopholes, possible access to sites infected with viruses, security breaches, privacy agreements that no one often reads, and cookies are all part of the problem. And cookies are a big part of why you can't be anonymous online. When you browse a website that uses cookies, a small file is saved to your computer, Mac, or smartphone. This file stores things like your activity on the site and a unique identifier. This identifier is then used to track your activity and other personal information. This is how marketers can show you targeted ads based on your online activity. For that, you have to pay extra attention to choosing a secure web browser for your data. In this video, we review 5 web browsers that are the safest for your information and the privacy of your internet browsing. 1. Tor browser, the most secure web browser. Overall, Tor browser is one of the most secure web browsers. This is to be expected from a browser that gives you access to the dark web. But you have to be careful while using the browser. Being able to reach steep places in the web means that the risk of exposure to your data is very high. Pros: Tor browser hides your identity, preferences, and any form of personal data by transmitting your activity through at least 3 nodes in the browser's network. Your data is encrypted on every Tor node that a server passes through. Unless you enter your details somewhere, it makes you incredibly anonymous. Delete any cookies you have installed after any session. Tor's 3-layer encryption adds an extra security net to prevent a large company or hacker from stealing your data. Its downsides: your connection may be slowed down when using Tor. Unless you're working with a lot of bandwidth, traffic redirects and triple encryption will make your internet run slower. This means that you have to use Tor for things like browsing. Reddit. But if you want to stream a movie, you have to use one of the other browsers on the list. Since the browser allows you to access different websites, this increases the chance that you will visit a malicious website that contains programs that pose a threat to your security and the privacy of your data. 2. Brave browser. Founded in 2016, Brave is an ideal choice for your private and secure browsing. The browser has all the tools you need to keep your browsing private, but it's not 100% privacy friendly. Pros: the browser has an ad blocker feature to block annoying ads. But this feature doesn't do anything to keep you cyber safe. The browser has an elegant interface that is easy to use, and you can customize your web browsing experience in many ways through it. Brave has some security features, including the ability to secure unsecured websites with HTTPS. Its downsides: in April 2019, Brave launched its own advertising program. On the one hand, it blocks third-party ads, but on the other hand, it shows its own ads, which are not targeted, and don't pay any commission to the creators you consume. The Brave browsing experience isn't as fast as Chrome or Safari. 3. Mozilla Firefox browser. Without Tor-level encryption, any browser is at a high risk of being hacked, even if the developers are careful about your privacy. Hacks can happen at any minute, which is why secure browsers have frequent patches and updates, just like Mozilla. Pros: the Mozilla Foundation is a non-profit organization, so it has no incentive to sell your personal data. Firefox's security measures include hiding your location, blocking tracking, and standing in the way of advertisers who want to snatch your personal data. It's also easy to turn off web gigaleaders and WebRTC features, and provides a password manager. Firefox's private mode erases all the information you enter as soon as you log out. Firefox rewards programmers who find vulnerabilities in their system and notifies them. Then Firefox patches these vulnerabilities very quickly. Since Mozilla is an open source platform, it is a transparent browser. If you change anything to its code that could threaten your privacy, the general public will find out its downsides. Firefox is known to be large and takes up a lot of RAM, so if you're using an old computer, there may be better options, like Brave. Firefox has some compatibility issues, especially with the CSS parts of the site, but there are plenty of active developers who are constantly fixing these issues. Just remember to install the best privacy add-ons on Mozilla. 4. Safari browser. Safari is Apple's default browser. In line with Apple's development philosophy, it can prevent any virus or malicious link from affecting your entire system, and has appropriate security measures for you through its browser. Pros: Safari does not allow malicious code to reach and spread to your connection or browser, and keeps your data safe. If you click on the wrong link, Safari will not load suspicious sites, and will notify you of potential danger. Safari launches anti-tracking feature, which doesn't allow advertisers to use your information, and helps you stay anonymous when browsing the web by hiding your digital fingerprint. Safari has a lot of security extensions. They have a simple bookmarking feature, and you get the benefits of iCloud without worrying about sharing your data with Google. Its downsides: Safari is rarely updated. This is a serious alert in case of breaches, and would be a big problem for any other platform. Safari is not as customizable as other browsers in terms of privacy and security settings, although you can work around this with some extensions. As with any other large tech company, there is talk of suspicious data leaks, and since Safari is not open source, these claims cannot be verified. 5. Chromium browser. Chrome is not a safe choice for browsing the internet if you are concerned about the security of your data, but it is fast, and it has a large number of features that make it popular and preferred by many users. Chromium browser has all the good features of Chrome, but without getting close to users' private data and adding other security features. Pros: Like Mozilla, Chromium is often patched and updated, but it doesn't take up much RAM. Chromium doesn't send any data to Google, and it's open source, so you have a whole community to help discover security concerns and develop innovative software. Since the interface is very similar to Chrome, and compatibility with extensions will not be a problem, it is easy to make the transition from the curious Google browser. Its downsides: Chromium is somewhat similar to the full browser shell that Google Chrome uses, but it lacks codecs and a decent Flash player. This means that you will not be able to play videos or even view PDF files in them, unless you get your hands dirty and install the software on them yourself. It's hard to turn off web gigaleaders and WebRTC functionality. From here, my lover or my lover, the viewer, we come to the end of the video. I hope you like the video or benefit from it. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel.